Hi everyone. Please let me ask for your opinion in this matter. Do you think that my African hair looks like coronavirus? My second question is, would you still hold this opinion? I mean, would you express this thought as an opinion or fact in a working place? And also, would you still hold that opinion of thought in your heart if you were maybe like an orange skinned Caucasian, under the guise of some animals are equal than the other animals? That's exactly what happened to me at a working place called Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Foundation Trust. Mark the words, Hertfordshire 1 Partnership University. So it's not uniquely different from Hertfordshire University. And if you've been following the stories I've been telling you, you understand the nexus between Hertfordshire University and Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Foundation Trust. So it happened some years back, downtime. I went to work early in the morning, wake up like 4:30 a.m., get to work in an acute mental health facility. I got there. I was the only healthcare worker in a particular office, a very big office, during the handing over. And lo and behold, a Caucasian operational manager, for that matter, did not just think that my hair looked like coronavirus, but she had the temerity, the audacity, the effrontery, not just to say it, but to say it in the midst of about 20 to 30 professionals. And no matter how you are, maybe back in your country, for instance, I'm proudly Nigerian to the glory of God. I mean, I don't have a choice. I didn't choose that by myself. And so I'm saying so because in God's own foreknowledge and predestination, He knows why He made me a Nigerian. So I don't have any option in that regard. And I do not regret it because I didn't make myself. But for you to have the effrontery, the audacity to say that my hair looks like coronavirus at work, under the guise that you're a Caucasian, orange skin Caucasian, for that matter, because no human being is ever white. I've never in my life seen a white human being before. Yes, I say it because until people stop lying about their skin colors, until we all admit that everybody are people of color, no human being is white. Do not call me black. My hair is obviously black, and so are Haitians, and so are other people. So are also orange skin people. So I'm not defined by my hair, and I'm not defined by any melanin. My blood is red, just like yours. So the same blood flows through our veins. You can never call me black. My skin is brown and not black. So Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Trust, they wield a lot of powers. And they are also in connection with some other mental health institutions and also other organizations. They've been trying their best. In fact, right now, they're trying to displace me. And I'm not speculating. Because ever since I had cases with them, at least I've been displaced twice, at least in a very, very traumatic way. And they're trying to repeat that now. I'm going to expose one organization. Then my current landlord, who is pretending to be a Christian, and he knows in his heart he's never a Christian. I have a lot of evidence against him and things like that. I'll be posting everything. But they want me without contrition, without reconciliation, to just do out of court this thing with them. And you might be saying in your heart, why not go to court, blah, blah, blah. Do you know that it's even the UK court system, the United Kingdom court system, that actually gives these organizations the impetus to abuse Africans, to abuse Nigerians? And when I say abuse, not just verbal abuse, I'm talking about a lot of abuses that can cause you mental health issues if you are not strong emotionally and, spiritually. Do you know in Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Foundation Trust, There are some of the organizations. I remember I said there are mental health institutions. There are some of their annexes where they have cameras. But lo and behold, I'm being made to understand recently that even their cameras are non-audio cameras. How can you have cameras that are just for cosmetic purposes? Just like people say that the UN is like a toothless bulldog. You understand? The United States, academia say the United Nations is like a toothless bulldog. So how can you have cameras without access to audio? That means a nurse that is winking at me, that is touching me without necessity related to work, and maybe me not reciprocating that gesture of the male child nurse, you will just connive with others and they'll start lying against me. For instance, this actually happened. Staffs will be abusing patients. If it's by word of mouth, you will not know. Yes, it has happened. A patient one day was saying she doesn't know where to go. The staff had to tell her, go to hell. Me thinking that the cameras are actually connected to audio and things like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Then in another instance, without me doing anything bad, even at work, a nurse was saying that I'm deaf just because I'm feeding a patient, and they're mixing medication with the food, which is practically not ideal. Per policy and safeguard, you're not supposed to mix medication with food. But because these patients, they receive food from me, when you have a clean spirit, even mystical things will work for you, you understand? Except where the devil is jealous and things like that, and it makes some inhumane people, to misbehave against you. That's the instance. But, people that are vulnerable are always, sober before me. In fact, there are instances where some other staffs will say, oh, Anike, whenever you come to this completely male ward, the chaos instantly becomes resolved and becomes peaceful, that the ward becomes peaceful. Where 8, aggressive male geriatrics with dementia are. They tell me, and the person who says it are not even African. They are even, from Asian countries, for you to know how this thing, God is being glorified. So what I'm trying to say is that there are instances where even nurses abuse me. So if a nurse is actually, and I don't retaliate as because I'm a Christian. So if a nurse is looking for if a male nurse is looking for maybe my attention, sexually, and I'm not giving that person attention, then that person can turn against me and connive. So how can you, as Social Partnership University NHS Trust, have cameras that are not accessible, that are not that does not have audios? That does not have audio, and you call yourself mental health institutions when you know that there are different types of abuse that includes psychological abuse, emotional abuse, apart from the financial and the neglect and things like even in instances of neglect, there are different types of neglect also. So what I'm trying to say is that the courts, the UK courts, the employment tribunal, their county courts, their courts are actually the ones that actually give the impetus, the go ahead for this organizational abuse, this systemic and institutional racism against Africans, against Nigerians. Yes. Do you know that the Caucasian lady that said my hair looked like coronavirus was a manager in Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Trust, Forest House Annexed in Kingfisher Court, Radlett? They call the place Radlett in Hertfordshire, England. Do you know that she was even claiming that it is no racism, whereas she's Caucasian, I'm African? Obviously, anybody that sees me will know that I'm African. I'm African descent. Nobody has this kind of brown skin color and hair, fussy hair like Africans. No, it's inherited. It's in our DNA. We do not choose it by ourselves. So even though they found that it's discrimination, she was still insisting. In fact, the abuse was so much in court today. By the judges, the abuse was so much that even as I'm cross-examining, even the person I'm cross-examining was like telling me she's not going to answer my questions. That she's not going to answer my cross-examination question. And while I'm being cross-examined and I'm talking about abuse of judges, for instance, the wicked judge, the corrupt judge that said, I said peace and poppycock. I said peace and poppycock to another judge, a language I've never heard before, which is also racism, apart from defamatory. She was like, when I was saying that, this same lady and her friend were laughing at me again in the courts. Now, the person who said my hair looks like coronavirus was not sacked. It is me who she said my hair looked like coronavirus. I was the one who is stopped from work. I am the one. And that is how this Orwellian principle of all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the other. But that's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. Let me also expose some other things to you. Do you know that there are some ideal practices in courts? For instance, in Nigerian courts, it is all the parties are seated, and interested parties, and maybe the public are seated before the judges enters the courtroom, right? And the clerk or whatever will say court, and everybody will stand up, and the judge will come in, And Nigerian courts have stenographers, so they are witnesses, they are professional witnesses in court. Do you know that in UK courts, it is the tribunal would have been seated, that is, the judges would have been seated before you come in. So you come in. Do you know you're supposed to leave? You are supposed to leave with all your belongings. You're supposed to take all your belongings, but that is not the case in this United Kingdom. By the complicity of judges and even their Caucasian lawyers. Okay, there was a sitting. We had this case of Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Trust, about a fortnight ago or more. And while in court, it was supposed to be 7 day case, and it was abridged by the judge to 5 days because it was consolidated. So they don't want the racism home to be so conspicuous. So on the second day, which was a Tuesday, do you know that the Caucasian lawyer to Hertfordshire Partnership University NHS Trust, they call them HPFT, do you know that she left a big bag? Can you see this bag? That can be rolled. You can move it. She intentionally left it behind in the tribunal. The judge saw it. The judge did not caution her. The judge did not tell her to pick it up. The judge did not tell her to remove it. No. The judge did not warn her to remove it. And yet the judge says you must not record in the court. You must not take pictures. It is criminal offense and blah, 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 blah. And yet she saw this. The judge saw this, and she never asked her to remove it at about 12 o'clock. The question now is the content of the bag here? Yeah? Is the content of this bag, is it a gift for the judges? Is part of the content of this bag, are some of the contents, are they gifts for the judges? If they are not gifts for the judges, what happens to the saying that justice must not only be done, but be seen to be manifestly done justly? What happens to that? Would this not create a prejudice in my heart, in my mind, that something is going wrong? Oh, wait for it. That's not all. Because within 5 days of hearing, do you know that they did this kind of behavior about 3 times? So I had suspicion in my heart that what kind of behavior is this? But because these judges are very, very terrific in their thoughts, in their words, in their mannerism, they're so not just terrific, they're toxic. Terrific is, you can be terrific and you have charisma, you can be terrific, but I'm talking about toxic hostility, harassment, literally speaking. If you're not bold and have the confidence of God, you'll be swayed away. You even forget your lines. In fact, the judge will start accusing me. Do you know, after this was dropped and left behind in the court, in the tribunal room, Watford tribunal room, all of a sudden, as we came back, all the judge's hostility was against me. Suddenly. I'm literally telling you this. To the extent that the judge was falsely accusing me of using my phone in a court. I could not say anything. I was like surprised. It was later on she corrected herself and said, "Did you use your laptop?" Then I confirmed that I used my laptop, because if somebody is lying, I think that the medulla oblongata of the person is actually dysfunctional. I think the person is nursing insanity in their mind, because no humane person, no rational person will just be lying against other people, haphazardly and ridiculously, in a ridiculous way. Now that was the second day that happened. Second day, that's the hearing started on the 6th. By the 7th was when this was left by the lawyer of HPFT in the court, in the tribunal room. Then I complained about it, but because wicked people will always be wicked people, by the 9th of October 2025, the second lawyer left her laptop, this laptop, as she's holding it in her armpit. I'll have to post it in the comment section. I'll post it. The laptop, she left it again in the courtroom. By this time, I took the boldness. I said, "You are leaving your laptop." She pretended as if she was charging it. And anything can be in a laptop for anybody. Anything. Clothes. She left it closed. And she was pretending that she was sharing. Okay, take your charger with you. But she refused to take the charger with her. So why are you leaving your laptop in the tribunal room? Watford Employment Tribunal. Why are you leaving it? And you're the respondent. You're the respondent counsel, lawyer. You left that. Do you know they didn't stop at that? The final day of the hearing, which was the 10th of October 2025, do you know they left another cable? Now, some people think because one is a Christian, then you don't know what's up in the secular world. They think you don't know anything that is happening. Do you know on the final day of the hearing, which is the 10th of October, do you know they left a significant cable? The cable was so thick. In fact, I don't know, that day my laptop was on the table and I noticed that my laptop was malfunctioning for whatever reasons until I placed it on my lap. If I do not place it on my lap, my laptop is not accessible, the internet is not accessible, no document is accessible, nothing. I can't even use my laptop until I remove it from the table and place it on my lap. Do you know they left a cable, a USB cable? And you know, if you're versatile in this kind of information, you know that some cables, some USB cables can be used either for malwares or to transfer data, to steal and to transfer data. So these people have been using different modalities in order to just, attack. And while we were in the courtroom, I was like saying that because I'm an immigrant, and blah, blah, like that. I don't know what's going to happen. I was just saying it. The judge was just ampering on that, ampering and repeating it multiple times as if that is the bane of the facts and the issues before her. And I'm not scared because I'm not a criminal, so I'm not scared of anything. The reason I've been doing videos without showing my face is because I was always caring more about what I'm wearing while doing video rather than, the message I'm passing. That's the Christian biblical gospel I'm passing. And the Holy Spirit had to tell me that it's not, I had it as a dream. And like a trance or something like that, and it was like, it's not about clothes. And that's why I've been doing the videos without budging about my clothes. I have a lot of clothes, but as a woman, you need to think, what clothes are you going to wear today? All those kind of thinking. That's what, so I just do the video. I'm not afraid of my immigration status. Tolu anile ayé àtẹkùnrin ayé àtàwọn tó tẹ̀ dó sínú rẹ̀. Àwọn tó bá ń ṣe ibi ló máa bẹ̀rù. Àbáwọn tó bá lójú kòkòrò. Sí nǹkan oní nǹkan àbí sí kíní. If you look for my trouble, I'm going to sue you. Yes, as a Christian. And I have the authority of God to do that. So, as special partnership, you are in connivance, just like you said in court, you are talking about Elysium Healthcare Limited, that actually assaulted me in multiple ways. That's where all this stupid assault, workplace assault started. Apart from the on-campus one, and that's where all this workplace assault started. And the first day I reported the workplace assault of Elysium, they punched me in the eyes. You can see as I'm speaking now, water is dripping from my eyes. Despite self-treatment, buying spectacles of about 500 pounds and things like that. I know you're in connivance with some other organizations like Mary Siko, who try to get my information. That's another corrupt organization in itself. They will steal your data, and I'm saying this categorically. Last year I applied for a job from them. They were stealing. They requested for my information, and I requested afterwards when it was budged. I said, please, can you delete my data from your system? You will not believe. The lady blocked me off. Nicola or something like that. She blocked me off. No fight, nothing. And these are regular requests. Delete my data. You can't use me to show up your database. Yes, I'm not part of a statistics. I'm a human being. Delete my information. So by the time this year, they wanted to help me in something. I was even thinking it was legitimate, but the Spirit of God was actually warning me. I was thinking the one who was in another respect. These people got information about me, got information about my next of kin, got information about my data, everything, my next of kin number, everything. And I'm telling them, my pictures, everything. I'm telling them, can you delete my information from your database? Okay, give me the information you got from me. They were giving me another information, another thing, unconnected. So I was like, requested by email, Mary Seacole, you pretend to be giving people accommodation. Can you delete my information from your database? They didn't respond to me. I wrote them officially. They didn't respond to me. So now, Archbishop Partnership University NHS Trust, NHS Foundation Trust, whatever you are planning to do, just like Jesus said to the wicked Judas Iscariot, do it, because all of this mess, you are going to fall flat. In fact, you're going, as the Lord God Almighty lives, you will know that it's not all Nigerians or all Africans that are greedy for gain. You understand? I didn't come to this country, the United Kingdom, as a jackpot. No. I came on scholarship, and I am living honorable life because I'm a Christian. It is you, UK, United Kingdom, and your organizations and systemic and institutional racism that have been doing evil, and you have to answer for all your criminal behaviors. Not because you are Caucasians. You don't think because you are Caucasian, you're orange skin Caucasian, then you have to abuse me because I'm a Nigerian or African. I have been patient enough, and you can use any other person. You can use anybody. My current landlord is a Nigerian. I'm going to be exposing that one too, and I have a lot of evidence. So you can use anybody. I don't care. You can use your divide and rule tactics. I don't care. I don't care about language. I don't care about skin color. I don't care about anything. I judge people by the contents of their character. And if anybody crosses my path, I'm going to expose it. I'm going to expose everyone. I will do what is right. I will not go beyond my bounds, but I'm going to be exposing the wickedness of the evil one, no matter who you are, man or woman, male or female, young or old, anybody. You might be a cultist, you might be a kidnapper, anything you are. Everybody stay their lane. Mi ò bá tèèyàn jẹ́, ẹnìkan ò lè bá tèmi jẹ́. Ẹni tó bá gbẹ́kòtò lòdì sí mi, gbogbo wọn ló máa ṣubú sínú ààrẹ fún wọn. As Judas Iscariot met his doom. That's how all the wicked are going to meet their doom. So you want to displace me using proxies? You're going to fall flat for my sake. That racism that you've been perpetrating since in all of your organizations will be exposed to the whole world.